Live from Mesquite Creek Outfitters in beautiful downtown Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin and the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon. Thanks for joining us tonight, and here's Wally.
Dave. Good evening. Welcome to the Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue here on the square in Georgetown for tonight's Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Myself and Kelly DeVoll back at it this week. The Eagles get ready to take on the Eastview Patriots in the Crosstown Classic, as we have called it. It's been so many different things. We've nicknamed it here and there, but no matter which way you name it, it's a battle of two schools within Georgetown ISD. That will do battle Friday night at Birkelbach Field. This year, Georgetown, the home team, and so we'll be on the big stand side up in the press box, bringing you live coverage of Georgetown Eagle football. But first, Kelly, a week after another win, this team went on the road to AC Bible. You were there on the call on my week off. A big win for this Eagle team to go 3-0 in district. Only two teams remaining undefeated with the College Station Cougars and the Georgetown Eagles sitting at 3-0. But what a big win on the road. No, don't worry about the opponent in the mindset.
Right.
A road victory in district time is a big win.
Yeah, and it is. And before we talk about that, I'm so thankful, as are probably all the listeners, that you're back this week. So glad to have you back, buddy.
Thank you.
We missed you. Yeah, big win. And, you know, Coach and I talked about it in the interview that folks will see in the pregame show. Dominating win, still some stuff to work on. And this team, as good as they have played, still hasn't played their best game. And that's okay, but getting better every day, getting better every snap, every rep, every week, and absolutely dominated the Leander Lions, and great win for the Eagles. Another
thing to compare last week to, coming up in this week, another athlete. He wears number 1. Eastview will bring out a TJ Duncan. He made a lot of big plays, over 200 yards receiving last week in their victory against the Glen Grizzlies. But a coming out party, I think, for TJ Duncan. Guerrero, one of the receivers, had a big game against Lampasas earlier in the year, a sophomore, and he wasn't in the game. I am believed to be hurt at this point. But another number 1 athlete that comes out with a lot of speed, and they target him. They want to get him the ball. He had a 75-yard touchdown pass, catch and run, and an 80-yard, as well as other plays during the game. And so this defense continues to face tough opponents that have athletes that they're going to have to run down. Another opportunity for this defense to step up and to shine like they have all year long. And a performance they did at AC Bible on Thursday night against the Leander Lions. Some plays given up there, but that's going to happen. You're in high school football, you're going to see them. A good opening drive by Leander. They marched down the field and put up a score, but then the Eagles went to work, and that offense started settling in there in the middle of the first quarter, second quarter. Throughout the rest of the game, Andrew Petter continuing to do Andrew Petter-like things. Noah Boris controlling that offense. Some good plays out of you saw on the defense. Michael Valenta controlling that line, along with you saw a lot from Andrew Urban, Turbeville, Decker, Caleb Rieger on the defensive line continues to perform and control that line of scrimmage. And it'll be another battle this week. No matter what you say about the battle coming up with Eastview, both schools have to be ready.
Yep.
You're going to get their best shot. The volleyball team saw that a couple of weeks ago. They came in undefeated to face Eastview at Eastview on Tuesday night, and Eastview came out and played lights out. They came out and did a great job of – uh-oh. There's Bluetooth to the speaker. Turn your phone off, producer.
All right.
If anybody's wondering, that's my wife, Jerry Ann. That was her phone Bluetoothing in. But the schools come out ready to play each other. These kids know each other. They've grown up together. A lot of them have gone to school from elementary time here to middle school and now into high school. And it'll be a battle at Birkelbach. It'll be fun to watch, but an opportunity for this team to go and try to move to 4-0 before a tough road schedule at College Station to answer. But some good things you saw out of that Leander game.
So what I've really noticed, though, especially since we got into district, was at the beginning of the season we talked about there was some youth, some inexperience. That's gone. This team has gelled. The offensive line has really started to work very well together and open up the holes and protect Noah as he's back there. The running lanes are there. Noah has time to throw the ball, and he does a good job whenever he has to scramble of keeping his eyes down the field and the receivers coming back to give him some help. And on defense, man, just the pursuit to the football is impressive, and the speed that you see in that defense is amazing. And we saw it against Leander last week. The speed on defense gave Leander's offense fits for the whole game. And they were able to bust a couple of plays, but the pursuit to the football is just fun to watch.
On the offensive side, it was fun to watch. I went back today and watched the game again, and you watch this offensive line. Sam Lopez, Brant Hargrove, Jordan Arrett, Max Gates was out there this week filling in during this line has continued to move in and out due to injuries, but the job that they've done stepping up and kind of coming a solid unit there, giving Noah time and opening up holes for Andrew, and Andrew does such a good job of finding them. It's fun to see this offense as it starts to meld more and more. The names popping up, Gavin Callaway, Davin Sedgwick, and Avon Espinoza. You've heard him here and there with a touchdown catch, a play here. But they're starting to get the ball. Jacob Weisheimer, a big game on Thursday at Leander. A couple of big catches there, opportunities. Him and Jake Mylock, a lot of 2 tight end sets we saw in that ball game. And so this offense just starting to click on all cylinders and find its own way.
Well, and one of the things that I also noticed was it seems like we are calling more players' names this year than we ever have. Maybe I'm mistaken in that, but it just seems like there's the depth that is there. More players touching the ball, more players on defense making tackles. I mean, we had defensive backs making tackles for loss in the backfield, and that's just impressive. So having that depth has helped, and we've seen it a couple of times. A couple of guys had to step in for injuries, and that really helps this Georgetown team be as good as they can be.
What we'll do, let's take a quick timeout.
Hey, before we do that.
Okay, no timeout.
Before we do that, how about folks here? Good crowd showed up tonight. How about giving our friends here at Mesquite Creek a hand for just a phenomenal location and a phenomenal setup for the Coaches Show, and we appreciate all the MCO folks and their hospitality.
It has been a fun move over here to MCO each and every week, hosting the Coaches Show, and so we hope to continue this. It's a great atmosphere, great location, and the staff does such a great job of welcoming us in and each and every week. And so we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get Coach Chuck Griffin up here and discuss that Leander game and look forward to the battle with Eastview on Friday night. And we'll be right back here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue, here in just a minute on the SHN Network.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
Back here live, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, joined now by head coach Chuck Griffin. Coach, back. I'm glad to be back, and to watch a football game on a Thursday night in the middle of Las Vegas, it drives you stir crazy because you want to be there and watching these kids and these guys play, and you guys call a game.
First world problems.
Yeah, yeah. Kelly and Dave had to finally turn their phones off because I kept texting, hey, what about this? What about this? And so I came back today, took the day off, and watched it again just to kind of feel like I didn't miss anything, but a good road win. In district, you'll take a win as a win. A big win by this team, a 52-21 victory over a Leander Lion team that trying to find their way. Some athletes, but anytime you go on the road and stay undefeated is a big deal. Talk about that. I guess the coach's view on that now. You guys have put that game away. What's the thought of that one coming out with a big win over Leander?
Anytime, winning's hard. So anytime you come out with a big win, that's great, especially when it's a district win and put yourself in a 3-0 spot in district is really good. I'm just proud of our kids and they're continuing to get better. They're continuing to play better and continuing to rise to that challenge. So, we're excited about it and fired up with what they're doing.
Kelly was talking about it, and I guess that was the one thing I wanted to discuss with you is to be able to go, man, we got a big win, 52-21, but we have plenty of things to work on.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes about the direction of this team and how these kids are responding to the changes, that responded to fixing things and getting better. How has that worked this week as we know what's coming up? It's another nameless, we could call it a nameless, faceless opponent for these guys. The town knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's the battle at Birkelbach here with Eastview. How do you keep these guys continue to be motivated to get better even though they won a game by 31 points?
I think that's the big key is working on that focus and continuing to do that, to not be focused on the outcome but be focused on improvement. Every practice, every rep, every day, trying to get better and better and better. And that's the goal to be better as the season goes and to continue to win games. It's just get better every day and not be outcome oriented, not be outcome focused. So, if we'll get better and we'll strive to be the best we can be every single day at practice and in our repetitions, in team segments and as the weeks go, then we'll get better and the wins will take care of themselves.
Coach, every team every year has a different personality. Even though you got some of the same players back you had last year, how would you describe the personality of this year's team compared to last year?
This team's a little lighter. I kind of had to get used to that in the locker room.
Fat bodies left. Is that what you're saying?
No, they're just a little lighter, oriented. They're not super focused, intense. Last year's group was a little bit more like that. This group's a little bit more laid back. And that's part of the job as a coach, trying to figure that out as the process, as the teams change, what they're like and how do they get ready for a game and when are they ready for a game and not to force something on them that they're not used to or they don't adhere to or that doesn't fit them, So they're just a little bit lighter, but, man, they work hard. They give great effort. They give tremendous effort every day in practice. And, sometimes we got to rein them in to keep their focus a little bit, but they're doing a really good job.
Well, it seems like there's a cohesion to this team.
Yeah.
That they seem to get along really well. How does that help in preparation?
Yeah, I think that helps in team in general. If your team, if they feel good about each other, if they enjoy being around each other, if they practice hard and they like to hang out in the locker room together, that just helps the camaraderie of the team, and that's always important. And that's one of the things. We have a goal setting meeting after our Meet the Eagles, and it's just the players and me, and they kind of walk through some goals, and a lot of them spoke about brotherhood and family and what this team means to them. So. That's important to them, and it's an important part of what they are and who they are. So it's been cool to watch that.
To put last week's win behind you and go forward towards this Friday's ball game at Birkelbach, back as the home team this week, both teams are back at home for this battle. How has practice gone this week? How ready are these guys for Friday night?
Yeah, good. I mean, they do a good job. Like I said, they give great effort every day, and so it's been a little cooler this week. That's been nice, but they've had a good week of practice and good week of preparation, and I think they're ready to go.
This team continues to kind of amaze this late in the season to be as healthy as we are. How does the outlook, without specifics, how does that outlook look on this team? How healthy are we going into
we lost a backup offensive lineman last week, a guy who played for us a good bit, started the season for us actually while somebody else was hurt, and lost him for a little bit. But overall, we're pretty healthy going in, so we feel pretty good about that.
Well, and that's a good segue to something I wanted to ask you about. Talk about this training staff that takes care of this team.
Yeah, Chad and Vanessa do a tremendous job, and we're really blessed to have them here. And part of our, to get us through the heat stuff we did, and to take the precautions, but keep us on the field and keep us practicing and those kind of things. They did a tremendous job. They do a good job. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that we have, Monday, Tuesday, we have 6:25 meetings. But that means the training room's open at 5:25. So that means that the student athletic trainers there at 5:25. That means Chad and Vanessa are there at 5:25. And then when we're done and we leave the weight room at 5, they're closing up shop or they're going over to a volleyball game or they're doing whatever. So just the amount of hours and work they put in does a tremendous job. So, man, we're thankful for them for keeping us on the field and keeping us safe and ready to go.
Well, we see the boys on the screen all the time and talk about them all the time. I wanted to give a little credit to those student trainers and the training staff in general, because there's so much work that goes into that's so unseen, and that helps keep this team healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure does.
And you talk about the dedication of them. When you have a program like the Georgetown Eagle athletic program, when you start volleyball and football so early and then baseball makes that run to the state title game, all of a sudden that summer for the athletic training staff is very short. I talked to Chad and about that. And it's like, how was your 2-week summer, and he's like, it's about what it felt like because when baseball gets done, when they get to June, and all of a sudden football's coming out, and starting some practices there in July, ready for two-a-days in August. It's amazing what they do and the dedication that they put out. State of athletics, as the athletic coordinator at Georgetown High School overall, man, this program at Georgetown High School, the sports program, continues to just show out. Yeah. Talk about just the state of Georgetown High School sports and kind of what we see going on out here. All sports seem to be excelling. Yeah,
I mean we're having a really good season so far. Our tennis team just won the district championship and won the by-district championship. They're in the playoffs tomorrow in Temple for the area round. Our cross country gets ready to go to district tomorrow, I believe. Volleyball is doing well and qualified for the playoffs already, and they're working to try to win a district championship. And then we're rocking along too. So, we're very blessed here. We get great administration, great family, and great support. Of our programs, and they want to be successful. They hold their kids to a high standard, and so it's really awesome to work here.
What are we going to see Friday night with this Eastview game?
Eastview's probably, to be honest, they're probably the best offense we've faced. Coach Wall was here. I told our kids, the last 3 offense coordinators at Georgetown High School were me and Coach Beatty and Coach Wall. So he's going to bring a lot of what we do, and they do some really similar things in the passing game, and Manny's a tremendous coach, and they're going to be good on offense, and they've got a couple of guys that can score from anywhere, and so they're gonna throw the ball a lot. They throw the ball over 70% of the time. So we're gonna have to play good pass defense and get after the quarterback a little bit. Defensively they run a 4-man front, kind of like us, and similar alignment wise and those kind of things. But that we're gonna get their best shot. We say that every week, and I'm trying to make a schedule for the next 2 years, and it's difficult because nobody likes to play us, and we get everybody's best shot. And when you're a pretty good football program, people can hang their hat on if they beat you, and if they play well against you, they can hang your hat on it. So we're gonna get their best effort, and they're gonna be ready to go. So we're gonna have to play well and stay focused and withstand the storm. We did a good job of that last week. Lander came out, showed us something completely different that they had not done all year long. And we had, they scored on that opening drive. We had to settle our guys down and say, hey, man, just read your keys, do your job, and we're going to be okay. And we'll have to do that again this week because they'll have something to surprise us. And, they've had a bunch of onside kicks this year, I think 6 on the year. So they'll try to do some of those things. So we're going to get their best shot for sure.
I guess some special teams work this week because we got burned on a couple of pooch kicks this season.
Yeah. So, absolutely. So they're going to do, we put a lot of time and effort and energy into that. Coach Taylor does a great job coordinating those and putting those together. We got to be ready to go.
We've talked all year about, the offense played well here and the defense is continuing to shine. All of a sudden turnovers began. Look at Leander, the special teams team to step up. The beautiful onside kick by Aaron Guzman, the block punt by Mason Goggins. All opportunities to put the ball right back in this offensive team's hand and let them go back to work, and Andrew Petter continuing to exploit that. How big is that now all 3 facets seem to be going at full force for this team?
Well, I mean, you got to have that to win football games. You got to have all 3 phases playing well. So, I mean, we put a lot of time and energy and effort into that every week. And so our guys are responding well to that, and they're ready to go.
That decision to kick that onside kick, I loved it. I thought it was tremendous. I got all excited about it. I'm going to brag on the officials on that play because they didn't pull the trigger too quick on that ball getting touched, and it went 10 yards.
Yeah, no, they did a great job. They did a really good job on that and making sure it went 10 yards and making sure we got on it and got the outcome we needed. And so, they did exactly what they're supposed to do.
How big are those plays like that? I mean, anytime you do something good, it helps build the momentum a little bit. But those special teams plays where there's a turnover like that just seems to add even more.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can do that and gain an advantage is big. And it continues to be big. Like, Eastview has kicked several of those this year, so we've had to work on it this week. Like, we got to take time out of what we're doing to make sure we handle that and we don't get surprised by that. So when you do that kind of stuff, it makes people prepare and work at it. So, and then just in the game, being able to get a score and get the ball back and get another score is really big.
Head coach Chuck Griffin, what we'll do is take a timeout. We've got 2 juniors tonight. Seth Warren on the defensive side of the ball and Brant Hargrove on the offensive side as he puts his hands in his face right now. But we'll start with Brant Hargrove here in just a sec. We'll take a timeout. One of the big linemen coming in tonight to talk offensive football with you here on the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. Quick timeout back at Mesquite Creek Outfitters in just a minute.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
Back here live, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue on the square. The Eagle Nation Coaches Show rolls on with big number 75, as Kelly likes to refer to them, the Buffet Killers on the front doing damage. Brant Hargrove, one of the junior offensive linemen, joins us tonight. Thanks for joining us, Brant, as on this, taking out some time during the midweek. This offensive line seems to be coming together more and more each week. Sam Lopez came back from injury. Unfortunately, we've lost a couple with injury here and there. You guys seem to be coming together no matter who's on that line to do a job and to control the trenches. Talk about that as you guys have developed now 6 games in. Looking forward to this game on Friday night. How much you guys are kind of bonding in and this offensive line is starting to take control.
Yeah, man, we're just we're kind of shifting some new guys in. We got a player who's like brand new to football. He started this year. He's big, 6'6", 300 pounds. Chris Jernigan, and he's really good. And then we got Max. He's pretty good. Together we just started bonding and coming together, and we're just working more as a unit as the season goes on.
What's been the biggest challenge for you stepping into this role as a junior?
Man, just doing my best. It's just got to give 100% effort every play, because I mean, you don't know when you're going to get taken out. You don't know if you mess up too much, it's over for you, and you just got to work.
Yeah.
You guys go against a tough defensive line each and every day in practice with Michael Valenta and Jake Decker and Turbeville, and you can throw all these names out. How much fun do you guys look forward to Friday night when you finally get to pound somebody else and know that great defense is now sitting on the sideline cheering for you?
It's fun, man. They build us up. They make us great. They make us who we are, and it's good to have so many good people to go up against, and they just make us better.
As you guys look forward to this Friday night, it gets looked at in different ways by different people. It's a battle across town against Eastview. How much fun do you guys are looking forward to going against guys that you know, kids that you've grown up with? How much fun are you looking forward to on Friday night to go against Eastview and the battle there at Birkelbach?
I mean, we're looking forward to just dominate. I mean, we want to just keep scoring, just don't let up. And I know some guys know people over there. Personally, I don't know anyone over there. But, yeah, we just want to dominate. We don't want to let up.
As you come into this starting position here on this offensive line, the tradition is a lot of tradition at Georgetown of a good offense, a high-powered offense. How much fun has that been to step into this role and be one of those key cogs that has to protect Noah, open up holes for Andrew, give this offense just an identity as you guys continue to put up 30 points a game?
Man, it's amazing. I've been watching Georgetown football since kindergarten, and to finally be here, it's just great.
What's the feeling at home? I know you're one of many Hargroves that have been through here. I believe you're the youngest, right?
Yes, sir.
Of 3? What is 3?
3.
Of Hargrove sons that have come through this program. How much fun is it now to be that you're in this position? You saw your brothers go through this at different positions necessarily. One's on the defensive side, I believe. Yes, but now to be on the offensive side, to be wearing that G on a Friday night under the lights, how much fun is it now to be that the spotlights, you're part of that spotlight?
It's great to just carry on that legacy and just try and make it even better and better. And, I mean, it's just amazing.
How much support do you get from your brothers, or how much trash talking do you hear?
A lot of both. They just want the best for me, want me to be best, and they help me a lot.
Talk about the practices a little bit. How competitive are those when you guys are just going at it in the trenches during practice?
It's very competitive. As I said, we got a great defense to go against, just one of the best in the district, and great D-line. They're all really good, and it just makes us better.
Who's the biggest smack talker on defense?
Biggest smack talker? Garrett Lloyd or Michael Valena, definitely.
But the beautiful thing is, if they talk a lot of smack to their own teammates, they show it on the Friday nights against other teams when they bring the pain against those offenses. Away from football, if Brant Hargrove is done for the season and he goes to hang out, what makes Brant Hargrove tick in his off time? What do you do for fun? What do you like to do? What makes life interesting for you? Man,
I just like to hang out with friends. I got to do homework. Yeah, that's all I got.
So before we let you go, who do you give a shout-out to tonight?
Shout out to the whole D-line. They make us great. They're all great. Shout out to coaches. They're amazing. They make us better.
Number 75, Brant Hargrove, the junior offensive lineman, joins us here live. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, number 9, Seth Warren will join us here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Mesquite Creek Outfitters. We'll be right back here on the SHN Network.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO. Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
Back here, Mesquite Creek Outfielders, as Kelly pans the crowd here. Well, good crowd here tonight. 704 South Austin Avenue, and live on the square, host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And now we will, in a minute, be joined by Seth Warren while Kelly gets done with the camera moving here. We'll set it back up. But we do appreciate Mesquite Creek and what they do, presenting a beautiful meal here. Everyone, just remember, in the meal, it's a minimal $10 charge for dinner. And so make sure you make it right with the front bar there so they don't have to come out and take it out of anybody's side after the show, and, like Kelly's pocketbook or anything. But we appreciate them each and every week providing a great area and a great venue to be at each and every week here. And now we have to adjust the camera one more time from Kelly. He messed it up. But we're joined now by number 9.
It's what I do.
He is Seth Warren, one of the linebackers here on the Georgetown Eagle football team. And Seth, I tell you what, we were just talking before. Leander didn't want to run towards you on Friday night in the first half. How do you do a good job of getting and staying into the game, knowing that it seems to be going away from you the whole time? Keep giving chase, keep fighting through. But how do you stay locked in and focused on that, knowing at any point it could come back your way?
Just like trusting my team, like knowing that I'm not going to make every play. It upset me a little. Like it got kind of boring. I'm not going to lie. But, just trusting your team. You're not going to make every play, but trust your team to, like, hold their part, I guess.
First 3 games of the season, we come away 1 win, 2 losses, but this defense continued to perform. Now we're 3 games into district, 3-0 district lead right now, standing there with College Station. How much fun is this defense continue having as you guys go week in and week out battling, holding opponents in district to only 15 points per average on each game? How much fun is this defense having this year?
It's getting more and more exciting. The energy is I feel like it's getting a lot better each and every week. I feel like we're getting a lot better each and every week, and it's been good, but I know we still have a lot of ways to improve, and hopefully we just go out there and dominate.
We talked a little bit about it on the defensive side of the ball in practice. On the offensive side, with this offense that you're going against in practice, how much better does that help make you guys having such a prolific offense in practice that you have to go up against?
It definitely makes us better. It helps us know what our mistakes are and what we need to fix. And I mean, it's great going against them. It's a lot of fun going against good on good and stuff. And the energy in practice is usually pretty great. So, I mean, it's just good for everybody, good for the team, good for us.
No smack talking, right? Or live. And that's okay.
Go back a few weeks. This defense going into district hadn't caused any turnovers, hadn't gotten any takeaways. You go at A&M Consolidated week 1. You guys come away with 5 turnovers. How did that fuel this fire for this defense to then get kind of on a roll? It seems like now things are happening. Big hits are continuing, and you guys continue to wreak more and more havoc. How much fun was a game like that where it was close and you guys gave this offense an opportunity to go down and score and win this game? How much fun was that in a game like that, and how do you guys carry that momentum?
It was nothing like I've ever experienced. I've never experienced us having that many turnovers in a game, so it was definitely something. It's just –
this linebacker core, you have a guy like Landry Leggett goes out the first week for a few weeks. Now he's back. But you have guys like Cole Mitchell, Chance Kelly stepping in, Mason Goggins stepping into that linebacker role this year. Talk about this linebacking core. How much fun are you guys having? It seems like this unit continues to improve each and every week. We seem to see a Cole Mitchell name more and more when he comes in and stints. And Chance Kelly and you and Mason Goggins and of course, Landry Leggett. How much fun is this linebacker core having, and how much do you guys challenge each other to be the best, knowing that whoever's on that field is going to control the middle of that defense?
It's great. I feel like we all make ourselves better in every way. We give each other a hard time a lot, but I think it's good for us, and hopefully we improve with helping each other out and all that. And I mean, Cole, Chance, Mason, Leggett, I wouldn't ask for a better core than that.
As a junior here in this linebacker core, and knowing that you've got a Landry Leggett that's going to move on after graduation this year, a Mason Goggins going to move on, you're going to be in a prime position to be the leader on this defense, and especially the linebacker room. What does that do for you now as you prepare for that role next year? Having been on varsity last year, you came up and started to see more and more time during the year, and now a starting linebacker as a junior. How does that prepare you, and what are you doing to be prepared to be that leader on the defense next year in your senior season?
Definitely just learning from them, paying attention to like how they lead, how they like do certain things in certain scenarios, and that's it. I mean,
What's the challenge going to be this week against Eastview?
be ready for anything. A lot of tricky stuff, so we're ready for it.
Good.
How excited is this defense to go up against Eastview? You know you're going to get their best shot. It seems like everyone wants to bring out their best shot against Georgetown. We know it's going to happen when you go with the Eastview game. They're going to want – it's a lot of pride on the line here within Georgetown ISD. Both of you guys call Berkelbach Field home. We're the home team this Friday night. How much are you guys ready knowing you're going to catch every best shot you can from Eastview this week?
We know that they're coming for us, like they're headed on for us, like they want to win, but we do too. I feel like we're pretty prepared for them. We've had a lot of preparation this week for them and all the things they do, so hopefully it comes out on top with the win.
You gonna have any friends on that other sideline Friday night? You
Uh,
know any of those guys?
no.
Hey, and if they are friends, they aren't Friday night.
Well,
Maybe Saturday.
when Eastview was first came in to start playing sports, town wasn't as big as it is now. So I guess that separation has occurred, and all the kids don't play together anymore.
Off the football field, what makes Seth Warren tick? What do you like to do? Where would we find Seth Warren if he wasn't at football practice? The season's over.
Just hang out with the team, getting myself better with them. I think outside school and practice relationships are very important, so definitely that.
Kind of hobbies? You hunt, fish, anything like that?
I did hunting this past September, and yeah, I like to hunt. I like to do
bow hunt?
Yeah. No,
Oh, okay.
rifle.
Nice.
Rifle. Deer season's coming
Yep.
just
It is coming
around
up.
the bend.
Yes,
A busy summer you had, a lot of camps you went to, and a lot of improvement the work that you put in was just fun to watch. As we watched on Twitter and updates, and a good write-up there from Oklahoma State in that last camp that you went to. The future for Seth Warren, are you pushing to continue to play ball after high school, and what's that look like going into your the offseason? After this season's over, does the work continue for you?
Definitely. I'm gonna try to work even harder. I mean, the camps are fun. I think I'm learning a lot, making me a lot better. So hopefully that's the plan, to play next. So
Any shout-outs before we let Seth Warren go?
shout out to my parents. They do a lot for me. Shout out to the LBs. Love y'all guys. And that's it.
Can we get one? We got to talk about. I can't let it go. I was going to let it go, but I can't. You switched from 29 to 9 this year. The public needs to know. The people need to know. We enjoy it. We love the story.
It's a mighty fine H2O.
What was behind the switch to number 9?
Bobby Boucher.
And I loved it when we had the trivia question when I was able to bring it out on football. It's so funny, but how does that fit your personality? It's just love to play the game, love to go hit people. Looking forward to going on Friday nights and putting on a show.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll hear it on the broadcast. Usually the first tackle of the game we get by Seth Warren. Some reason we always say it's Bobby Boucher on the tackle and then bring it back to Seth Warren. But we just love to watch the fury this defense plays with, that you guys go out and wreak havoc. And so thanks to Seth Warren. He's number 9 on your roster, the junior linebacker here. Join us on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Trivia UFC is the topic tonight. The offense and the defense will go head-to-head here in just a minute. Live from Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue. We'll be right back.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
We're back live. Mesquite Creek Outfitters for trivia time. 704 South Austin Avenue here on the square. Thank you for hosting each and every week. And so before we start, we'll go across this way to defense first and let the defense introduce themselves.
Garrett Lloyd.
Chance Kelly.
Mason Goggins. Cody Hoybeck.
Isaac Mon.
Noah Boris.
And I finally figured out who the other one is. It's not Mann and Mon. I got them figured out now. So it's Isaac Mon, Brady Mann. I messed that up week 1. I called him multiple different Mon and Mann both. So thank you for. I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. So we go to UFC for tonight's trivia. I'll stand to this side. Somebody got to watch whose hand goes up first. Call it out. And we'll go to trivia number 1. Which fighter holds the record for the most successful title defenses in UFC history?
John Jones.
Incorrect.
Is it Alexander Volkanovski?
It is not. It is Anderson Silva with 16 successful defenses. Nobody gets a point. Who holds the record for the fastest knockout in UFC history? It is correct, Jorge Masvidal. Now, question for a bonus point. How many seconds? 3. That's incorrect.
8.
Nope, it's 5. 5 seconds. Who did he knock out? Ben Askren. That was awesome. Ben Askren. Give them a bonus point for that one. That was a bonus question. That's all right. He was fast. Offense, 1 point. Yeah, look at the defense guy going to work. I like that. That's good. Who is the first ever 2-division champion in UFC history? This side. McGregor. That is correct. Conor McGregor. That's awesome. All right. Who holds the record for the most wins in UFC history?
Jim Miller.
Incorrect. Most wins in UFC history.
John Jones.
Nope. One more chance.
Is it Cowboy?
It is Donald Cerrone, and he holds a lot of different titles in UFC. All right, this is the last question, and it is a 2-part question. You can get a bonus on it. Who holds the record for the fastest finish in the UFC's women's division? And I guarantee the parents know because we were watching. All right.
Ronda Rousey.
That is correct. And now, to follow up, you get a chance first. How many seconds?
11.
Oof, almost. It is not 11. A little bit more.
13.
Almost. Nope, 14 seconds. Ronda Rousey won the championship in 14 seconds. Defense wins tonight. All right. So tonight the defense goes. And now what is our standings? Do you remember? I'll have to pull it back up. But the defense gets the win tonight on points as well. And so next week, that means the defense gets to choose our subject matter for next week. Live Tour or PGA only? Both. So it is golf is the topic next week. So this will be interesting because we'll see how many guys know anything about golf. So we'll take one more quick timeout. We come back. It'll be the Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club update, and then we will sign off from Mesquite Creek Outfitters. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
We're back here live at Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue on the square. Proud host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Joined now by Jimmy Warren, one of the Booster Club board members. And, Jimmy, I tell you what, this team on a roll, and it makes it so much fun when everyone's winning, and an awesome opportunity. A big night, Friday night. Georgetown will host Eastview. It's so weird to say one school will host the other, but Georgetown, the home team at Birkelbach on Friday night. Home games always means a great opportunity to come out and tailgate. Friday night, what do we look forward to with the Booster Club?
So, tailgate, we have brisket.
Oh,
we're doing the briskets.
Jimmy Moore is back on the smoker this week.
Yep.
To bring brisket on Friday night. Now, we say it every week. We just want to reiterate it. You don't have to be a member of the Booster Club to come out and tailgate and have a good time on Friday night.
No. You don't have to be a member. All welcome.
5 o'clock, come down there at the end of the south end zone. Outside there, at the end of the football field and baseball field. It's a perfect spot for the Booster Club. Have a tailgate there. The players come through about 5:15, 5:30, and a big night for Georgetown and for Eastview. And so it'll be great to have a great turnout, get out there and support this team as they'll walk through and head to the locker room on the north end of the field to get ready for the battle on Friday night with Eastview. This Booster Club continues to work year-round and do things for this program. We know we got games coming up tomorrow night. JV will be on the road over at Eastview. There'll be one JV game tomorrow night and one freshman game, I believe, tomorrow night. Both games will be at 6 o'clock. Is that right, Coach? So
Correct.
Both games, there'll be a home game for the freshmen at 6 p.m. at the practice field there at Georgetown High School, and then on the road all the way across Georgetown on Highway 29 at Eastview High School. The JV will be playing at 6 p.m. for their only game of the night. Both teams will only have one of the teams playing tomorrow night. But an opportunity to come out and continue to support this football program. The Booster Club always can use volunteers. How do people go about that?
Yeah, just volunteer for everything. We got merchandise, concession stand. We need some volunteers for that. Those two things. Those are the main items there. Obviously, welcome to come to the Monday Night Booster Club meeting. We coaches do all the highlights of all the games. It's really cool to watch. We do a little bit of business. It's not very much. It lasts that part's about 10, 15 minutes. So the rest is all highlights, what we did this week, what we're doing, preparing for the game next week. That's the fun part about the Monday nights. So
and it's something that you don't see everywhere. An opportunity to hear the coaches give highlights and updates on the teams as they played through the week, and then to hear the coaches talk about those and to highlight players of the week and the kids that stood out and had a great week. And it'll be a big one this week after it's a home clash against Eastview, a hometown rivalry between these two schools, both of the Georgetown ISD. A good thing Friday night, as long as it continues by schedule, Dr. Devin Padaville will be our halftime guest. Will be a chance to interview the new superintendent live at halftime of the battle, the Crosstown Classic. And so we reached out to him earlier in the year. And so
awesome.
Hopefully he'll be there and we can get the state of the superintendent and his new adventure as he came in right before the school year started. So a lot going on Friday night. The stands will be full on both sides. The press box is going to be full of people because both schools represented here. And Coach Dean, a night that, he doesn't necessarily always look forward to and all the staff because it's both schools going at it to compete.
Yeah.
But Friday night, 5 o'clock, come down, man. Some of the best brisket you'll have in town. If it's anything like the Meet the Eagles, you'll be blown away.
We're going to try. We're going to try. So
I tell you what, you guys put on a show each and every night. And then next week we'll be on the road again to College Station.
Yep.
And so we'll bring that to you next week on the Coaches Show live here from Mesquite Creek Outfitters. It's always an opportunity to hang out with the other Georgetown fans, to be a part of it. We'd love to go and get there early and have a meal before the games. And so come out and support GeorgetownFootball.com is the best way for people to go and sign up if they want to volunteer.
Right. Yeah, GeorgetownFootball.com. We've got links, volunteer links on there. So, yeah, come sign up, volunteer. It's great.
Come be a part of it. Friday night, 7 o'clock is the kickoff. Georgetown, the home team. Eastview, the visitors, across the way of this Crosstown Classic. We'll bring it live to you here on the SHN Network. First Responder Broadcasting brings you all things Georgetown football. So join us live, 6:15 pregame if you can't be in the stadium. But I tell you what, Friday night, that's the night to be in Birkelbach Field.
It's going to be a big game. I mean, these boys that came up here, they didn't tell you the fact that they played with a lot of those kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like Wally was saying, no. They played together. I mean, they know each other. I mean, they may not be friendly, but, they know each other. They play together in youth football, Pop Warner, Texans, all that. So it's going to be a good game.
It'll be a battle here as both schools want the bragging rights, and Georgetown holds that right now in football, especially 6-1 in head-to-head games. The only win coming back in 2014 for Eastview. And so they are set out to try to beat this Georgetown Eagle team. And so
Absolutely.
it'll be a battle Friday night. The Georgetown Eagles will be on the home field side. Come and join us live from Burkle-Bach Field. If you can't, we'll be live 6:15 pregame, 7 o'clock on the SHN Sports Network to bring you all things Georgetown Eagle football from Burkle-Bach Field. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brant Hargrove, Seth Warren, the two players that joined us tonight. I love talking to them. Just love talking football. Glad to be back in the saddle this week, and we will be here live Friday night from Burkle-Bach Field. Thanks for joining us, Jimmy.
Glad you're back.
I tell you what, I miss my 1 week a year, and I hate doing it. And every time we get to Vegas, it's like, man, I wish I would have stayed.
And we were in the same place.
Floated late. So you were here for the game. I didn't get to stay, and so glad to be back in the booth. We'll have the call for you Friday night live from Burkle-Bach Field. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you to Mesquite Creek Outfitters, to the staff. Thank you so much for hosting the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll sign off tonight and see you Friday night live from Burkle-Bach Field. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.